I'm Malcolm Porter, Public Policy Consultant for the Columbus Medical Association. Early in January this year, the 133rd Ohio General Assembly new members were sworn in, and just yesterday, a new governor for Ohio, Mike DeWine, began his office. So as the legislature begins to ramp up their activity for 2019 and 2020, I wanted to just briefly recap a few issues from 2018, last year's lame duck session, and then talk about where we think this General Assembly might be going and issues that are important to physicians for the practice of medicine as well as care for their patients. At the end of last year, a handful of issues that were important to doctors around medical liability reforms, a good bill that was passed to help our liability insurance market in Ohio, and the legislature's commitment to a strong market that benefits physicians was a significant bill that passed right before the end of the General Assembly. Good for us. Good for doctors, in that case, good for us at the CMA. As it relates to issues on scope of practice, these are issues that are always around and will be around as different medical provider groups are looking to expand their level of activity. Our approach has been, from my perspective, to try to align scope of practice bills with training and experience of healthcare providers, and maintaining the physician-patient relationship throughout all of this. And when those bills are able to be agreed upon, physicians are able to be supportive of expansions for other healthcare providers. There are a number of providers who are interested in new scopes where we're not able to come to agreement, and we think patient care and patient safety issues need to be maintained. So several of those were not agreed upon last year and will likely come back. The other area just to touch on briefly is the State Medical Board. Both here at the CMA as well as other physician organizations are very active with issues around the State Medical Board and licensure impacts that affect all doctors. And so there'll be more activity on that coming up next year. One special thing from 2018 to touch on was a successful outcome in the election for the Columbus Medical Association President-elect Beth Liston. Beth is a physician from Dublin, and she was successful in winning her election to be the first CMA member ever to be elected to the Ohio General Assembly. And she started her term last week in the Ohio House. Looking ahead to 2019, there's one political process issue that I do want to touch on. It's important for physicians to understand. And I understand that a lot of people, and doctors included, get a little put off by politics. But this is an important concept to understand as we're in some uncharted waters in Ohio. And that has to do with the election of the new Speaker of the House, Representative Larry Householder. As you may or may not be aware, the Ohio Republican Party is the dominant party in the Ohio General Assembly. They hold 61 of the 99 seats in the Ohio House. Speaker Householder, who is a Republican, was selected to be Speaker without receiving a majority vote from his own Republican caucus. With a relatively modest number of Republicans and a majority of the Democrats supporting him, he was able to become selected to be Speaker of the House. This has never occurred in Ohio before, to my knowledge, and people that I've talked to and who are students of the General Assembly. And we don't know yet what's going to be the outcome of the politics as the Republicans sort out the fact that the majority of them did not support the person elected to be Speaker, and what will be the political outcome, what power, if you will go to the Democrats who were supportive of Larry Householder in this term. So it's something to watch and pay attention to. Its first implication is that it's going to take a while for the General Assembly to get organized. Committees have not been formed, members have not been assigned to committees, chairs of committees have yet to be identified. Speaker Householder has said he's going to take the better part of the next month to talk to individual members to try to build relationships from this fractious occurrence of the speaker's election. And so it's going to be a slow start to the General Assembly. Once the General Assembly gets going, issues that we expect that will impact physicians will be around the Medicaid budget, access for patients through Medicaid expansion, the program that Governor Kasich put in place. What will the General Assembly do with that? What will Governor DeWine do? Issues around telemedicine, insurance mandates, pharmacy benefit managers. Big mergers have occurred in the pharmacy industry, CVS and Aetna's merger. What impacts will that have on customers and patients? Scope of practice issues that I mentioned before. Criminalization of physician activities and patient care around women's reproductive health issues will continue to be an issue. Price transparency and issues around the medical board, pharmacy board, and as medical marijuana comes more into the norm in Ohio, are all going to be issues that'll be in play. The Columbus Medical Association has a public policy committee. Any member is invited to be a part of our group. Dr. Stephanie Costa and Bill Cotton are our co-chairs. Our next meeting is an open meeting to all CMA members. It's on February 21st at 6 o'clock here at the CMA's offices on Dublin Road. And the dates for the rest of the meeting schedule for the year are published on the website. But please know that any CMA physician is welcome anytime our public policy group is gathered or to be a part of our distribution list. You're welcome to reach out to me at the CMA offices with any individual questions in between, and we look forward to working with doctors in the next year on issues related to patient care and the practice of medicine. Thank you.